Top 10 Fortnite characters. What is up, guys? Boris here, and today I'm coming to you guys with another highly requested top 10 video. Now today we're going to be covering the Fortnite characters. There are a lot of them and they are pretty easy to get, so there's a lot to talk about when it comes to these guys. So I decided to this time do things a little bit differently. I'm going to actually go ahead and clump them into certain groups. I'm going to give you guys my top 10 sort of groups and then give you guys highlight characters or outstanding characters from each one. So let's go ahead and get started with number 10, Orb Manipulators. Now Orb Manipulators can include all sorts of stuff: orb swappers, or orb converters, orb givers, all sorts of stuff. And to highlight them, I went ahead and put Rakuyo, but you also can use someone like Halloween Frankie or Yorkie as some other orb manipulators in this class. Now the reason that I have highlighted Rakuyo is because his special is really nice. His special is essentially the opposite of his rare recruit counterpart. So instead of giving your captain and himself a yellow orb, he gives a friend captain and himself an int orb. So although his stats aren't as good as the normal Rakuyo, they're still not bad. And on top of that, guaranteeing 2 orbs on any team is really good, especially on something like a Rayleigh team, where you're really only going to be doing damage with your last few units. So definitely make sure to look out for orb manipulators, because there are a ton of them and pretty much any team can take advantage of them. So that's put them at number 10. And at number 9, we're coming up with healers. Now healers are really interesting. There are a couple of them, like as you see here. There's Thatch. A couple of the ones are Brooke or Halloween Nami. And healers overall, you want to be looking for them to heal around the 3 to 4k range. That's normally what I look for. Now, the reason that I think healers are so awesome, or they're actually not important, but they're definitely usable in a lot of teams, is because they allow you a lot of flexibility in how you play the dungeon. So maybe if you bring a 4k healer, you can strategize and be able to take an extra hit, let you survive, let you do more damage. So in theory, it could add a lot of damage to your team, being able to survive longer. Yeah, just overall, always nice as a backup. Let's say you took too much damage, all of a sudden you can just heal back up. 4k to 3k is not as much as some of the other units from the rare recruit, but it's still not bad. And definitely I remember using Brooke back in the day a lot, so try to get a healer for sure. Next up, we got Orb Blockers. Now Orb Blockers, here's another one that is a bit different from Orb Manipulation. Orb Manipulation revolves around the actual orbs. Orb Blockers actually lock down your orbs to be able to do massive damage over multiple turns. And some examples of these are, for instance, this Boa, we have Hina, and Domino. So those are 3 potential orb blockers that you could use from the rare recruit pool. I mean, from the Fortnite pool. And her special, and specifically Boa, the reason I think she's really good is because not only does she lock all orbs, so she's an orb blocker for sure, but if your HP is below 30, she also changes her own orb and captain orb to matching. So a little bit of orb manipulation in there. Anytime you can combine 2 different groups of abilities into one, then that you get a really cool special and very powerful special. 2 orbs plus you lock them, that's pretty good. So definitely be on the lookout. Orb blockers could definitely add a lot of damage to your team, especially combined with the ability to survive for multiple turns. Now next up is number 7, we got Conditional Boosters. Now these guys are really interesting. A couple of examples here are something like Hannibal, as you see on the screen, or you can use Nero or Sadi-chan. Pretty much these Conditional Boosters are really effective at boosting the damage of your team, because conditional boosts can stack alongside a type boost and an orb boost and all the other boosts. So they're sort of their own separate boost. And I was adding a 1.3 boost at the end of your damage can be pretty insane, especially on certain teams that can deal massive amounts of damage. Now the reason that I went ahead and selected Hannibal here is because he will boost the attack by 1.3 of all your characters against poisoned enemies. So this is someone that you really want to look out for, potentially if you ever pull Caesar. Can add him to one of those driven teams that can deal massive damage. Just awesome. Always recommend trying to have at least 1 conditional booster if you're going for max damage. A lot of good rare recruit ones, but there are a few good Fortnite ones as well, so don't overlook those ones. Next up, guys, we have Delayers at number 6. Now Delayers, you guys know by now, are always a welcome addition to any team. Now normally you do have Golden Pound Usopp for 3 turns, but there are a couple of good Fortnite characters that can delay for 1 turn. So if, for instance, you need two delayers on your team, you can definitely put one of these guys on there. Or if you don't need all 3 turns, you only need 1 turn of delay, you can put a stronger character on the team, like Halloween Zora, as you see here, and that'll definitely help. Now, some other delayers I want to mention before I keep going are, you know, Mr. 3 from the prison, Mr. 3, and we have Margaret as well. Margaret's actually pretty nice for like Stronghold Ace teams, for instance. Now, like I said, Zoro not only delays, but he also deals damage, which actually has been relevant in some points. So, again, these are alternatives to Golden Pound Usopp or complements to Golden Pound Usopp. Definitely be on the lookout for these guys, and I would recommend at least trying to get 1 or 2 of these, because you never know when they're going to come in handy. Next up, at number 5 is class boosters. Now, class boosters are really interesting. They're actually pretty good, I'm not going to lie, and they can, again, add a lot of potential. Anytime you have a class boost or a type boost, they can add a lot of damage to your team, and you really always want at least 1 class booster or / a type booster. And class booster right here, someone like Gaspard is going to be really good. Some other units that also do that are Crocodile for impact and Baby 5 for shooters. Now, the interesting thing about Gaspard here is that, yeah, he's pretty strong, and on top of that, he boosts powerhouse characters by 1.5. So, you know, it's one of those things where there's a lot of times there's not that many characters that can boost 1.5, especially in Powerhouse. In Powerhouse, you know, if you don't have one of the rare recruits, then definitely you're going to want to use Gaspard, because he's going to be really nice. And coming up at number 4 is pretty much, this is the one that it's not really their abilities that are good, but they're just their stats. You just want to use them on a team as an attacker. Sometimes you're just looking for a strong unit, especially early on, and you're just like, man, dude, I don't have anything good. I don't have anything powerful, but these guys, there's a couple good ones, like for instance here you see Breed, Namule, Arlong. These guys just have massive amounts of attack, and on top of that, someone like Breed not only has a lot of attack for a low character, for a, you know, low cost character, but he has a nice special as well, actually a pretty good special. It boosts himself by 1.75 for 1 turn, so again, if this is the guy you're using to attack one of your main attackers, it's going to bring you guys a nice attack boost, and on top of that, he'll also give you boost chance of matching orbs for 3 turns. Now it's not that big of a chance, but it does add up, especially with some orb sockets. You're looking at a lot of damage and a lot of orbs. So definitely always try to have at least 1 strong attacker on your team. And next up we have type boosters. Now we saw class boosters earlier. This time we have type boosters. Now type boosters are pretty insane. These are some of the best abilities in the game, as you guys know, in Nico Robin and in Hammer Usopp and Impact Dollar Usopp, but those are rare recruits / stories. So this time we're going to be looking at Fortnite, and we got someone like Halloween Rebecca. We're looking at someone like Halloween Usopp or even Dice who can deal, and that's not 2 times attack, but it's 1.75 attack. So if you haven't managed to pull that Robin or can't farm that Usopp, then definitely recommend getting one of these 2. Especially this one, Rebecca, I mean, she boosts ints by 1.75, but also recovers 3,000, so there's a combination of healing and boost, so might be definitely worth it to get her. Maybe even if you have Robin, you can use her, and it allows you to use up a different Robin on the team. So it's really interesting, and really cool unit. People are speculating that it might come to global potentially. It would be awesome to see her for those who don't have Robin yet. Now, final 2, here we go. First off, we're going to do damage reducers. Damage reducers, these guys are really awesome. I can't say enough good things about them. They pretty much allow you to, like I said, reduce the damage, but there's a lot more to that, because these guys are pretty much essential to clearing a lot of 0 stamina, a lot of raid bosses. Sometimes they are requirements from a lot of teams. You need a damage reducer to survive certain hits, and some examples of those are something like Perona, Alvida, Bluno. Specifically, Perona here, the reason that she is highlighted is because she will reduce it by 90%. So that's insane. That's pretty much the highest you're going to get for a Fortnite character. And reduces the defense of all enemies by 80% for 1 turn as well, and poisons enemies. So she has 3 different abilities. Really powerful unit. And like I said, at some point on the line, you're going to need a damage reducer for a certain dungeon. And you're going to wish you had Perona or Alvida, one of those 2 in my opinion. So definitely get a damage reducer. And finally, guys, we have Orb Boosters. Orb Boosters are amazing. They work on any team. They always boost orbs. You need an Orb Boost on every team, dude. You guys always need an Orb Booster on every single team. Some good examples, as you guys see here, Kobe, Kaku, and Nolan are the main ones that I run. 2-turn Orb Boosters for 1.5, really, really good. Can't say enough good things about them. They add immense damage to your team, especially if you can attack over 2 turns. If you can only attack in 1 turn and do a burst, you're gonna want to use a an Orb Booster that boosts maybe 1.75 or even a Dofi. But again, we're talking about Fortnite characters here. So in terms of the Fortnite characters, these are the best you're gonna get. And these are characters that have still been used today. I still use a lot of these characters on all of my teams. And especially if you have Sengoku, man, if you have Sengoku, this is a completely different video because you're going to want to use all these units eventually. So, yeah, that is my list, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed my top 10 Fortnite characters. Hopefully I helped you guys maybe figure out some special characters they haven't heard of in the past or something like that. And with that said, I want to do some honorable mentions. First off, Baccarat. Baccarat doesn't really boost your team at all, but she is nice because she allows you to duplicate some drops. So potentially those Elder Turtle Islands or Sokkebuck Islands, you can get a second drop from them. And I also want to give an honorable mention to Nico Olivia because she will reduce paralysis, and that's something that's been sort of creeping up on us lately on JP. So paralysis reducers, definitely want to have one of those on deck. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Seriously, I gotta give you guys thanks. These videos are getting a lot of love. Really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. And with that said, if you guys haven't checked out the previous video, Top 10 Coliseums, definitely go ahead and check that out. That'd be really awesome. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more top 10s, all that jazz. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.